Hello, I'm Dominique Sanchez. This is my introduction speech, so I'm going to be telling you all a little bit about myself and some background information. I'm currently 23 years old, will turn 24 in October of this year. I was born in San Antonio, Texas, and at 2 years old, moved to Germany, where I spent 2 years there. I don't remember too much about it, but it's still pretty neat part of my history to look back at all the pictures and videos of myself from when I was younger, being overseas. Um, After those 2 years in Germany, my mother and I moved to Dallas, Texas, where I spent the remainder of my childhood. Growing up, I traveled back and forth between San Antonio and Dallas to visit my family members, and also including my father out there in San Antonio. So I still know the area pretty well. Um, all in all, I have two brothers and two sisters, myself being the oldest. A younger brother and sister in San Antonio, and a younger brother and sister in Dallas. I currently have one dog. His name is Smokey. He is a Doberman Pinscher. He will turn 2 years old in July next month, and he's pretty big. He's about 90 pounds, and so he's almost my size. He's very active, and keeps me active. I joined the military when I was 18 years old. As a kid, I just knew growing up that's eventually what I wanted to do. So at 17, I joined the DEP program, and a couple months after graduation, I was officially enlisted in the Air Force. In the Air Force, my job is aircraft structural maintenance, so I'm a sheet metal maintainer. I spent a few months out in Pensacola, Florida, training for my job, and afterwards got my first duty station in Wichita, Kansas. Being out in Wichita was a little different. It wasn't like what I was used to in Dallas, Texas, but I got used to it pretty fast, and it wasn't all that bad. I was about 5 hours away from home, so it was great. I got to go home all the time. After about 3.5 years in Wichita, I got orders to South Korea, where I'm currently stationed. I've been here for about 11 months, and it's been a pretty neat experience being overseas, out of the country, and actually being able to remember it. I've really enjoyed myself here, and I got about a month and a half left, and then I'll be traveling back to the States, where I'll go to Oklahoma City, Tinker Air Force Base, for the remainder of my enlistment. I will hit 5 year in July, being in the military, so I have about a year left. Once I get out, I plan to use the skills I've learned painting aircraft to transfer over to the civilian side. I plan on painting cars. Classic cars has always been one of the things that fascinates me, so I figured it would be great to be able to do that on the outside as a job. My prized possession I have here is it's an album. It's a vinyl. It's the first one I ever bought. It's Mac DeMarco, Salad Days. And ever since I bought this record, I started collecting vinyl, and I have many vinyls now. I used to have a CD collection when I was younger from all different kinds of genres, but unfortunately it was all stolen from me. So it took me a few years to get the courage to start another collection up, but I finally have. And right here I have the latest edition that I picked up. It's The Age of Aquarius, the Fifth Dimension. Picked it up over the weekend, thrifting out in Seoul. Collecting music has, I guess, always been kind of a hobby of mine, whether it's CDs or vinyls. I've liked all kinds of genre of music, from like R&B, hip hop, to funk, you know. And that's pretty much it. That wraps up about who I am and a little bit of background information about myself. And yeah, so see you around.